What is going on, everybody? We got a special guest. We do. We got a special guest. I don't want y'all to know who
Man.
he is yet. I don't want y'all to know, even though he said, "Hey, shh, shh, shh."
What's up, man?
I don't want or whatever he said. It probably something from anime. Anyway, we're talking Week 16 NFL predictions. We're gonna talk about. I'll give you a hint though. I will. We're gonna talk about the Baltimore Ravens. We're gonna talk about the Indianapolis Colts, and we're gonna talk about the Cincinnati Bengals. That lets you know
Oh
who's
no.
here. If you don't know, I'm gonna let you kind of figure it out. I am, but we will be right back here in 1 second to talk a little NFL football. It's the playoff push, baby. The playoff push.
And we're not in it anymore.
And I'm finished playing, take that in and let it soak. I got these people shook like they were looking at a ghost. Yeah, I could change my ways, but it's too late now. No, I won't look back. No, I won't back down.
We are back, baby. For the Baltimore Colts show. This is episode 3. It's a big thing. It's a big deal at this point. I mean, 3 episodes, that's at least a huge deal. At least. But we're going to talk also about the Cincinnati Bengals this week.
Actually,
Since
4 episodes.
Lamar is back. Lamar is back.
Bye.
It's DJ, Casey, and Lamar. I keep forgetting to introduce ourselves since people don't technically know who we are because we're not.
Okay. What
What?
episode is this? What episode is this?
Definitely episode trace.
No, it's 4.
Definitely. Am I
Because
wrong?
if you look at the last one, it says episode trace. So
It
this,
most certainly does not.
it certainly does.
And it most certainly shouldn't.
It most certainly does.
We haven't
Wow.
done this but 1 week
So
or
you
two
can't
weeks.
call.
This
So
man,
you can't count.
It doesn't matter what episode it is. It's the Baltimore Colts show. Whatever.
So we can't
You're
count.
probably just
I'm
doing
gonna
this
go
to
look
mess with me, honestly. You're probably just doing this to mess with me, and that's fine. That's
no, I'm
fine.
actually. Let me go look. Let me go take a
'Cause
take a
you're a
little
tool, and
little
Take
peek.
that's
go
how it works.
go take your gander.
But anyway, let's talk. I want to ask Lamar. Let's start off with Lamar. What's going on with the Cincinnati Bengals? I mean, I want to hear from your perspective, from a fan's perspective. You're watching your team, and you're like, what am I watching right now? And I went through it last year, so trust me, it wasn't. But I think last year was a little worse for us. Um, Considering the whole entire team imploded midway through the season. But Lamar, like, what's going on with Cincinnati Bengals, man?
Oh well, honestly, the thing that I would say is pretty much that we are just not playing off four quarters. We either started, but we don't finish, either that, or we start late and we try to finish, and it's just you gotta play 4 quarters. I also want to say that the coordinators are the problem as well, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. So I'll have to go ahead and wait till next year to really determine that. But I will just go ahead and say that we really can't play the full 4 quarters.
I got you. I mean, it's been a good year for me to see the Bengals suffer. It's been great. I've enjoyed it because, like, Lamar, you've been talking junk to me for the past what? How long has Andy Dalton been in the league? 5 years? For the past 5 years about
Yeah,
how y'all making the playoffs and all this, and finally
yeah.
y'all don't, and I'm so excited. It's glorious.
We were pretty good, and then it turns out that we got new coordinators and see what happens.
Oh man. All right.
Mike Zimmer wanted to be a head coach.
That's true. I'm kind of curious to see what everyone's thoughts is on last week, week 15. Man, it is definitely um getting to the end here. Unfortunately, it's kind of a bittersweet thing because the playoffs are always fun, but you don't want the season to end because I mean, once you get in the baseball season, it's kind of rough. I mean, I enjoy baseball, but it just kind of depends. It just kind of depends. Like I like the playoffs in baseball more than I like the regular season in baseball. Just too long for me. Um, let's start with the Ravens, Bengals, and Colts games from last week. The Colts played the Vikings in what might be the worst offense in the league. Like you can throw the Browns at me just because they lose a lot, but I mean, is there any offense in the NFL that's worse than the Vikings? They throw the ball 2 yards every play. has turned into Sam Bradford. I don't think the Jets are even that bad, personally. I don't even think the Rams are that bad. Um, the Vikings have to be the worst
Um,
offense in the league.
I will come back with the Rams. I will come back with
The
the
Rams?
Rams. Yeah,
Well, you
just
got to think about with the Rams though. Like, I don't know. I couldn't say it's the Rams because they are starting a rookie quarterback now,
but
which they should
but
have
you
been
got
doing from week one.
but you got Todd Gurley. I mean,
Oof.
Todd Gurley is there. Todd Gurley
Todd
was
who?
supposed to be this
Because
guy
I
who
haven't seen him this year.
exactly he's supposed to be an explosion. He's supposed to be Mr. Explosion for the team. Open up the pass. Where you been? Also, you got to think about the offensive line. They never get going. I mean, they do okay against the Seahawks from time to time. Well, actually, most of the time they've been dominant pretty much for the past 5 games. But this last game they actually lost. So, I mean, really, I really want to top the Rams at the number one worst offense.
I don't know. Casey, what do you think the worst offense in the league is?
Oh,
Is it the Vikings or is it the Rams? Or you might throw out another team. I don't know.
can it be the Vikings and the Rams?
The Vams?
No, well, I would say the Rams because at least the Vikings started off good. The Rams just kind of
The Rams were supposed to be good, and then they just weren't.
yeah. So by that logic, they're consistent. So we can give it that. They're consistent.
That is
Consistently
true.
garbage.
Kind of like the Browns. They're consistent. So I like it.
I don't know if that's
To
the
be honest,
consistency you
I
wanted.
will I will say that the Browns aren't even consistent because they have had shown spurts of high end offensive performances. They don't score, but they showed the spurts of high end performances. Corwell busting out big runs. Uh, Terrell Pryor actually is it Terrell Pryor? I don't really
Yeah,
don't think it's
Terrell
him.
Pryor. Yeah, the wide receiver. Yeah. Well, now
Yeah,
wide receiver.
okay. Yeah, that's what. Okay, so yeah, Terrell Pryor. I was thinking somebody else, but yeah, Terrell Pryor over there, just like actually becoming a wide receiver. Taking on that role and actually succeeding in it a little bit. I mean, they showed spurts of promise, but could not get it done.
All
That's
right.
pretty much what the Rams are. I mean,
I
not the
also
Rams,
have
but the
another
Browns.
question to pose to you guys. I will pose it here in a second after we talk about the Ravens, Bengals, and Colts games from last week. The Bengals played the Steelers. Darn it, you wet the bed. I'm so upset. I was like, it wasn't even like you didn't wet the bed initially. Like you guys were doing fine, and then the Steelers came back, and I cried a little bit in my sleep. Um,
No, we literally were in it and we were winning it, and it just somehow turned into fucking putty. Like the chances of winning just started turning into putty in your hands, and it just starts slipping through. Pretty much.
all right, and then we got the Ravens going up against the Eagles. Um, I didn't get to watch much of this game. I had church all day that day, so I was like, oh man. So I didn't get to watch what I could, and it was close pretty much the whole time. I don't know. From what I saw of it and kind of like what I got a chance to watch and look back up and everything, it it definitely was a good game, which I'm not surprised about because the Ravens can't blow anybody out ever. They have to make sure it looks good, regardless. It's about the ratings. So shout out to the Ravens for NFL ratings, unless it's a really defensive game. Like they have to make it look good. Even when they were blowing out the Steelers, they had to go back and like make sure they got back in it so they make it look good. The only team they blew out this year was the Browns because it's the Browns, so why not? But definitely a good game. I was definitely excited to watch what I did watch of it because I knew it was going to be a good game. I knew it was two good defenses going at it, and you never know with Carson Wentz. And they made a good comeback. They actually ended up losing on a 2-point conversion. They tried the Raider way, but it didn't work for them because they're the Eagles. But Lamar, any thoughts on the Ravens, Bengals, and Colts games from last week before,
So
or any other games you want to talk about?
actually, I want to talk about something else. So everybody pretty much, I'm not gonna say everybody, but most people have actually been hiding away from this and deriving from this because they don't want to come to a conclusion that this may actually be legit. But Tennessee is looking pretty good.
Tennessee, I
Tennessee's
I,
looking
I
pretty
agree.
good.
I agree. I honestly think they're the best team in that division. And Casey, feel free to chime in since you pick against your division, but you don't. Feel free to chime in. But shout out to Justin. But yeah, like I definitely think that they're the best. I think they played the most. Like they've played more consistently than anyone else in that division, in my opinion.
They
Because the
are
Jags, and then you had the
okay.
Colts, and you had the Texans. I love the Texans, I do, but I don't know what Texans team's gonna show up. I mean, we do got a savage at quarterback. He's just a savage, but
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like the Titans have just now become like they've become the elephant in the room for the whole AFC because you now have to just realize that this is actually somebody that could make the playoffs, and this is somebody that you really don't really plan ever to play because you usually just most of the time people used to just run over them lately. So now it's just like they have to plan for this now. It's something that they can't just like avoid. It's something they can't avoid. They can't just skip them and just like prepare for the Patriots or something. You have to prepare for them now. So that's how I feel about the Titans.
okay, okay. Casey, any thoughts on anything we talked about, or anything you want to address? We're gonna talk about the Cowboys. Trust me, it's coming. Don't worry.
um, I I don't know that I'm happy Indy won, but like, come on, Minnesota, come on. It was terrible. It was.
Did you even pick Indy last week?
I did. I did, but just, it was so bad. It was almost cringeworthy. Like, they got 6 points, but it wasn't even a touchdown. It was field goals. Like, come on.
That's about right.
There, I mean, almost as bad was the Seattle LA game, but
Yeah, we expected LA to be competitive. They
yeah,
weren't.
no, that didn't happen.
Okay. Um, let's talk about the Cowboys because I don't know about you guys, and I'm curious to hear you guys' opinion. But as always, I feel like they're the most overrated team in the NFL.
Mm.
Like, don't get me wrong. Don't you dare get me wrong. They're good. But this is the exact same team from 2014 when Tony Romo was under center and DeMarco Murray was running the ball. They just have more wins. I think they have a weaker schedule this year. Like, so like I think Dak Prescott, who I still don't like, um, Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott are overrated because they're doing the exact same things that Tony Romo and DeMarco Murray were doing 2 years ago. 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. Am I
Can I
wrong?
can I rebut that? I don't see those many interceptions. Just saying. Now. Don't get me wrong. I will say there were interceptions, and most of those I will still and 100% blame on Dez Bryant. Just like when they faced the Giants, I will blame all of that on Dez Bryant. Every single bit of that loss,
He didn't
I
make a
will blame
football
on
movie,
him.
guys.
Like how, like completely, like this week and last week, he was completely slipping. He was slipping on turf constantly.
Am I wrong to think that? So, but I think Romo versus Dak, they're two completely different quarterbacks. I think Romo is more of a gunslinger than Dak is. Dak's just trying to keep his job.
Dak West Coast, man.
Okay,
Dak plays his
I'll give.
yeah, Dak plays his West Coast. You know, short passes. If it works, it works.
Think he's a game manager. I'm going with game manager on Dak Prescott. That's
Really?
that's my assessment.
I mean, yeah, he
He looks
eats the
more like
clock.
Alex Smith to me
Oh, he
than he
eats the
does Tom
clock. I
Brady.
know that. They love to eat the clock on that offense.
But like, yeah, like I just feel like they're acting like Ezekiel Elliott is not the same running back that DeMarco Murray was when he was running behind that amazing offensive line. Lamar, like I could run behind that offensive line.
You could. The thing is that that's the same offensive line. You know, and the thing is that as Tony Romo, I'm telling you right now, it's Tony Romo and Dak Prescott is the difference. I will say that, and I possibly will give the slipping of Des Bryant every once in a while, but he's been a liability to me, honestly, because that's why I don't pick him in fantasy. But I feel like the Dak Prescott and Tony Romo is the difference. The only reason I say this is because that's the same offensive line. That offensive line has not improved or diminished. That means all of their skills are the same pretty much. Their pass blocking has not been the best. It gets splotchy. The difference between Dak and the difference between Romo, that Prescott, he's young and he throws it out. He throws it out there. He has he has fast passes that he gets done, and if it's not there, generally he either takes it and run or he runs away, or he throws it away. It, Romo, what does he do? He just keeps it and keeps running. Sometimes he gets sacked, sometimes he throws an interception, sometimes it's incomplete pass.
Yeah, and but what you gotta think too, Romo. Like I said, Romo's kind of a gunslinger though. Like he'll if he sees like even a slight opening, he'll throw it, which is
He
different
will.
from Dak. I mean, because well, and I don't know if there's a lot of quarterbacks that come in to the league as gunslingers though. Not nowadays.
Mm, they don't. And that's the thing because most of them is just fast pass oriented. You know, you got the slants, the outs, the sticks. They have them all. Like they got those plays. They got those plays where it's time and routes and everything. They have the time. They see it. It opens up. If it's not open up, they go ahead and go to something else. You know, Romo. He don't really believe in that. Really, I don't think he believes in that. Anyways, he holds the ball. What does he hold the ball for? Like what? At that time, there's sometimes like 6 seconds, 7 seconds. You know, he holds that ball. He holds it. He tries to go big sometimes. Most of the time he tries to go big, but he takes what he can after 7 seconds. He takes what he can. And Dak Prescott, he don't see nothing. He's running or throwing it away. Finish.
All right, Casey, thoughts on this?
What's that?
Casey?
Uh,
Uh, I I feel like even if Dallas makes let's say they make it to the Super Bowl and they win, DJ's still going to be like, they're overrated. They suck. They're terrible. They're the worst. That's
I think it's the rookie quarterback syndrome because it happened the same with Seattle.
yeah. I don't know.
I mean, am I wrong? Like you still didn't like agree or disagree. You just made an assumption about what I probably think. I don't like the Cowboys. So I can't help it. But like as
I'm
objective
okay
as I
with.
try to be, I still look at them as the same team they were in 2014, where they were running the same philosophy. Let's run it down your throat, and when we need to pass it, we'll pass it.
I mean,
Well,
every team every season is different though.
check the Bengals.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, you could have basically the same team, but it could be completely different from one year to the next. So
Check
I
the
don't know.
fucking Seahawks.
I'm just waiting to see what they do. I didn't think they'd make it this far, but
I I am still not riding on their bandwagon, but I am. I will not push the bandwagon, but I will. I will cheer it on as it goes. Let's put it that way. I will cheer on the bandwagon as it goes. I'm not cheering on the team. I'm cheering on the bandwagon as it goes, pretty much. Like
Okay.
because people are on the bandwagon and they're pushing on that bandwagon. I'm not a part of that team. I'm not going to claim to be a part of that team, but Dak Prescott, I predicted that he will do pretty well, and he's shown that he was a great choice. He's shown that he's a pretty good choice. They had their thoughts and whatnot against the Giants, but that's their quarterback. They
And
decided
with that, they've also shown that if you put the right defense in front of them, they can't play. They looked absolutely horrible against the Giants.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I blame that 100% on fucking Dez. I will blame that 100% on him. I don't care what other people say about Dak Prescott, about Ezekiel Elliott, about the offensive line, about the defense. I don't care. That's all Dez Bryant's fault.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
those were easy passes that he missed. He gave interceptions over to Janoris Jenkins. He is supposed to be that. He was supposed to be that guy. He claimed to be that guy, their go-to guy. That's what he claims to be. That's where everybody wants him to be. But against Janoris Jenkins, he got shut down pretty hard.
Okay. Okay.
Janoris, like, out of both of them, apparently his footwork that day, that game, and on the Tampa Bay was sloppy. And that's unacceptable.
Okay. I do want to at the end of this video, I want to see what our playoff pictures look like. It's only 3 of us. I kind of want to see who we think's getting in, who we think is not. It'll kind of go hand in hand with what we predicted earlier in the season. So let's get through
Well,
the Week 16 games pretty quick so we could talk about that.
yeah, that's not going to.
All right, let's do it. We got, starting out on Thursday, we got the New York Giants going up against Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going with the Giants. They're the better team. The Eagles, I just don't think they're that good. They looked good early in the season, not that good anymore. Lamar, Giants, Eagles.
I'll take the Eagles. I will take the Eagles just because I feel like they'll surprise us.
Okay. Casey.
I gotta go with the Giants. I would like to see the Eagles surprise us, but if
The
I had
Eagles?
money on it, I wouldn't bet for the Eagles. So going with the Giants.
All right, let's jump into Saturday. There's actually only 2 games on Sunday, I guess because it's Christmas. I didn't realize they moved all the games to Saturday. Did y'all notice that? I know because I don't
No,
remember them actually doing games on Christmas before. Because
they
I think
did.
usually they move. Yeah, usually they move them all on Saturday. So I thought because there were games on Sunday, they were just gonna keep them all on Sunday.
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's fine. We got the Dolphins going up against the Bills. The 1 o'clock block on Saturday. I'm going with the Dolphins. The Dolphins have more to play for right now. I think the Bills just look like the more inconsistent team, as Casey would say, and he probably will say. The Fins get the wins. Lamar.
I'll go with the Dolphins. The defense, I will. I'll still hold on to that defense. It's good.
Okay. Casey.
Not only do the Fins get the wins, the Fins D helps you get the wins in fantasy football. Like, for instance, when you beat DJ and kick him out of the playoffs. Just
I'm still in a 3rd place game.
But are you going to win that one?
23 points, man. Probably not. My team's not where it was when Gronk was huge for me. like you gotta think about it. When I was at my peak, Jay was on his monster run. Gronk was doing what Gronk does. Antonio Brown was doing what Antonio Brown does, and the Falcons were playing bad defenses.
Let it be on record that I still hate you for sniping Ajayi.
That was great. That was exactly what I needed, actually. Um, let's jump into the next one. We got the New York Jets going up against the New England Patriots. I'm going with the Patriots because the Jets, I would say, is not as good as we thought they were, but did we think they were going to be good?
I
Okay, I
had
did. I did at the
expectations
beginning of
of
the season.
8-8.
Yeah, I had to. I honestly thought they were going to be the number 2 team in that division. They're not. But yeah, Patriots because the Jets. If you add Eric on Facebook, you'll know all about how bad the Jets are.
Oh yeah, you will.
Lamar.
I will say the Patriots. This is a no-brainer. I have no comment on it. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, Casey.
Oh, it's every week. It's so painful to have to pick the Patriots, but I know they're gonna win. They just
They'll win till the playoffs come.
yeah.
All right.
I mean, they'll cheat somehow, and
The Tennessee Titans versus Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going with the Titans. Like we said earlier, the Titans are kind of I think they're the dark horse a little bit. Everybody's overlooking the Titans, but they're the best team in that division. They're gonna win it. I believe. Okay, I'm not gonna say that because I remember what happens when I say those words.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Titans are a good team. Darn it, they're good, and plus they're playing the Jaguars, so yeah. Lamar.
This will be a fun game to watch. This will be a fun game to watch to see what DeMarco Murray is made of once again. I'll go with the Titans.
Casey.
I swear every year I go into the NFL season wanting Jacksonville to do good,
You got to pick against your division, Casey. So good luck.
and they start off real good. They start off real good, and then they turn into Jacksonville again. So
It's
you
the
know,
London game.
I gotta go. I gotta go with the Justin way, and I gotta pick against my division by picking my. It doesn't make sense. Going with Tennessee
All right.
because
We
I
got
like the scheme of things.
we got the Minnesota Vikings going up against the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers. I don't even want to pick them. I'll be honest. But the Vikings offense is terrible. It's horrible. Like the God, the Vikings offense is worse than the Ravens offense on third down. Like the Ravens, they always throw the ball ahead of the marker, so they can't get the first down. Yeah, I've noticed. Baltimore, darn it. But
Pro status.
like this is worse. This is every single play. This is not even just third down. This is every single play. I'm going with the Packers, man. They're playing in Lambeau too. They're trying to feel it. I think the last time Lamar was on the show, I think he was talking about Aaron Rodgers getting calibrated. I think he's kind of getting there. Lamar.
I still don't believe the calibration's there. And I will say right now, last week was just a little fluke. Now, the only reason I say last week is just a fluke is just because Adrian Peterson just came off of his injury. Let's see what happens this week. I will take the Vikings. And I feel like Adrian Peterson will have a better week.
Casey.
Green Bay. Green Bay.
Okay. Well, let's jump into the next game. No explanation needed. Oh God. The San Diego Chargers going up against the Cleveland Browns. It could be worse, guys. It could be the San Francisco 49ers going up against the Cleveland Browns, but it's not. It's not. So, oh God. I'm going with the Chargers because the Browns, Lord. I mean, I don't know. This will be that game we always talk about with the Chargers, where Philip Rivers throws for 800 yards, and still lose to the Browns. So it could happen, but I'm going with the safe pick. I'm going with the Chargers. Lamar.
I will start Phillip Rivers this week and just pray that happens. But I will literally tell you right now, I feel like the Browns are not going out like the Lions did. And this is the game that it all changes.
Well, if the Browns do, who's going to be the Browns' Matthew Stafford? Who's going to
Oh,
be the Browns' Matthew Stafford?
good God. Are they back up to their primary? They are back up to Robert 3-6, aren't they? I have to put my faith in Robert 3-6. Please, can we just keep going? I'm sorry. Keep going before I change my mind.
All right. Casey.
If I'm not mistaken, last week DJ said the same thing, and he said, "This is going to be their week. This is going to be their come back and they get the win." And it didn't happen. So I'm not going to hold my breath and going with the superchargers. I'm sorry. Wait, how is it? Is it the Chargers?
Go Chargers, go! That's gonna be my alarm from now on. We got the Washington Redskins versus the Chicago Bears. Speaking of wetting the bed from a while back, the Redskins, the Auras. Yeah, they had the golden opportunity to make the playoffs on Monday Night Football. They did not. I actually got a friend. I actually have a friend that's a Redskins fan. He was talking about the game. He was like, talking about how disappointed he was, and I was like, well, tonight the Redskins shows that they are indeed the Redskins. He was not happy with me for that.
Go on,
but
Greg.
no, it wasn't Greg. It was actually a guy named Brandon. But
Oh God.
but I'm going with the Redskins. The Bears, they're there at least. But Lamar.
Honestly, we're going with the Redskins, but I pray that their defense is fucking Swiss cheese because I need Meredith to give me something big. I pray their defense is Swiss cheese. I hope this is a shootout. All right, I'm done.
Okay. All right, Casey.
Is it bad that I'm praying on a Bears wide receiver?
Yeah.
That's the struggle. I'm being in the championship.
I'm going with the Auras. Because the Bears are the Bears. The Bears. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the Falcons going up against the Panthers. I think the Panthers are officially out of the playoffs. No, they're not. They are really, really close. I hear you, video. I hear you playing. It's okay. I hear you. I hear you. What a win. What a win by those Oakland Raiders. We'll talk about them later. Okay? Shut your mouth. Anyway, actually Carolina isn't eliminated yet. So they still got a chance. They need what they call some help, but they still got a chance. I'm going with the Falcons though. I think the Falcons are going to win it. Oh no, I don't. That's a lie. I don't think the Falcons are going to win the division. Let's hold up now. Yeah. Oh, I'm still going to go with the Falcons, but I think Tampa Bay's going to win the division. So the crab legs, baby. I'm going with them, going all the way because they're playing the Panthers. Even though the Panthers did shock me last week. Lamar.
So I said this. I've been saying this quite for a while, but we're finally seeing it. The Panthers' offense is not as high powered as you guys thought. Cam Newton is.
I mean, they're not the Vikings, but
they're not the Vikings. But I mean, fucking Cam Newton is showing his colors. And this is what Cam Newton gets for being cocky. This is what he gets. I'm picking the Falcons. And I still think Devonta Freeman is going to run over the defense, but I hope not. That's all I got.
all right. Casey.
Let's see. Carolina or Atlanta. Atlanta. Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
Carolina got the win. They did. But who the hell? Anyway,
I will say that their problem also, Carolina, their problem is to not use Jonathan Stewart as much. But that's just me.
It's blue pants. Oh.
I,
Anyway, oh god. We got. Oh god, Casey. I don't know who you're picking on this one.
Oh God,
We got good Colts
this
going
is
up against the
legit.
Raiders. Oh man, I don't know, Casey. Casey, who you going with? I got to go with you first because this is. Or do I build a suspense and go to Lamar first?
go to Lamar first because I need to figure out what the hell's going on my TV right now.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
righty.
Anyway, Lamar.
Well, live from Lamar's lair, we are at this moment looking for the most rarest and the most precious thing in the world. There it goes. Found it. My Raiderade. It's been forever. I haven't been on the Raiderade bandwagon for a while. And you know what? It's time to just hop back on it for a second. This is the only bandwagon that I will hop on, the Raiderade bandwagon. And it's not really a bandwagon. It's just a good, delicious drink. So I'm going with the Raiderade.
Okay. I agree. I'm going with the Raiders. They are doing well right now, and like I said, the Titans are going to win that division. So, in order for the Titans to win that division, I need the Colts to lose. So, I'm going with the Raiders.
I got a quick question though. Is it bandwagon if I go for the drink?
Yes, but Casey.
Oh, I don't.
Since
I don't like this game. I don't like this game at all.
you can always tie.
There, I could. I love my Colts. I do. But
Face backs.
they they come into the season and you think they're one team that's going to be really good, and then they're okay. But
As you think.
11-3 looks a whole lot better than 7-7. So, and I kind of want to see the Raiders go pretty far in the playoffs. So, gotta go with the Raiders.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Sit that Raider
Wow.
real good.
Wow. All right. Let's jump into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints AFC South or NFC South matchup. I'm going with the crab legs, baby. The crab they're going all the way, or at least half the way. And I love the crab legs. I think they lost last week and I cried. But I love the crab legs, and I gotta go with them. So it's gotta happen. Buccaneers. Lamar.
This is gonna be a shootout. And I know I have Mike Evans. I just have the strange feeling that this will be the shootout. For some reason, somehow, the Saints won last week. I don't understand how it happened. But it happened. But not this week. We're going with Tampa Bay.
All right. Casey.
Tampa Bay.
Well, pretty simple. I'm gonna go with Tampa, baby.
All right. Let's jump into the Cardinals versus the Seahawks. Going with the Seahawks, unfortunately. I don't want to. I don't like them. I don't know what it is. I love Russell Wilson. I just don't like the Seahawks. I don't know what it is.
You
But
don't
yeah,
like the Legion of Boom?
I guess I don't. But I like Richard Sherman. It's a weird dynamic between me and the Seahawks right now. It's a love-hate relationship.
I
But
have
I'm
a
going with the
question.
Seahawks.
I have a question. Are you
Yeah.
going with them just because they lost to the Saints?
Probably. Probably, yeah. But Lamar.
I still believe in the Cardinals. Even though you lost faith in them for losing to the Saints. I do not hold that against them. I hold it against their defense. But you don't need defense to play the Seahawks. So I pick the Cardinals.
Okay. Casey.
Gonna go with Seattle. Just because, Arizona doesn't have the grass, which we found out this season that really doesn't matter, but we still think it does. It's like the placebo effect. You think the pills are helping you, but it's just sugar. It's just sugar. We think the grass helps, but it doesn't. It doesn't. I'll admit it's cool that they grow it outside and then they bring it inside,
That's a true statement.
but it doesn't help with the game. It doesn't.
Facts.
Not this year. Next year is coming back. The grass returns. It's gonna be the biggest return.
It's
Yeah,
not.
They're going to inbreed. They're going to inbreed the grass with Michelin tires. So then it's more traction. They won't slip.
Yeah.
They'll get a better grip.
Okay.
Okay. It just got worse. We got the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, that's bad enough by itself. Going up against the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh God, best game of the week, guys. Game of the week.
yeah, game of the week. I'm going with the Rams because no, not because Rams. But I'm going with the Rams because the 49ers. Just the crying eyes emoji. That kind of just symbolizes the 49ers this year.
On follow, just put it on follow. Are they really the worst team in the NFL at this moment?
The Browns technically are.
Yeah.
But the Browns technically are, but I think the 49ers look worse. like the 49ers, they won the first game of the season, and then they stopped.
But this is what I want to say. Like the Browns, this is why I don't feel like the Browns are really not really the all worst as bad teams as they seem.
They're in the AFC North, best division in football. That's why.
The Browns have highlights. They do. When is the last time you've seen the 49ers on a highlight? It's positive.
Besides, how is Colin Kaepernick going to get his hair in that helmet? That's about the highlights we get.
I still wonder that.
Oh goodness. Lamar,
Does he wet it first?
I couldn't remember.
Does he wet his hair first, or does it just like all like fit in, or is it like suction cupped in? Let's go to the next thing.
Who knows? Casey, did you pick this game yet?
I didn't.
Okay.
Oh God.
Do you want to pick this game? Pass.
Just go with the Rams for safe measure.
Just gonna. This is the perfect game to just throw a dart at the wall and I just see.
Hey, actually, I think the 49ers have a chance because Jared Goff took a big hit last week.
See,
Jared Goff got saved by Richard Sherman because next in line was Cam Chancellor, but I mean, still.
See, DJ. The thing is, before I pick this, I need to know: is Noelle Foley still a Rams fan? Because that could sway my decision.
I mean, she's certainly not a 49ers fan. I'll give you that one.
Oh God. I'm just going with the Rams because 4-10 is better, slightly better than 1-13, slightly.
Okay. Oh,
but the Browns is better than the 49ers. I probably should. I feel like if the Browns met the 49ers, the Browns would still win.
All right, let's jump into the Saturday night football game. We got the Bengals going up against the Houston Texans. I'm going with the Texans. I know the Bengals want to play spoiler. I know they do, but I think the Savage, he's gonna come out there, baby. He's gonna be roasting. When Savage does a pass, we're just gonna call it roasting from now on. I'm going with it. Casey.
The Texans versus the Bengalis. Oh man. I feel like you have to go with the Texans because the Bengals are just terrible.
We're not terrible.
They're just terrible. You know, the closer to get to the playoffs, just so go with the Texans.
All right, Lamar.
Okay, before I tell y'all my pick, which y'all probably know who it is, I'm gonna tell you why.
It's the Texans, right? Savage. You gotta go with that Savage. Come on now.
I'm picking the Bengals, and this is why.
Oh God.
Because even though everything was out of reach, we was 3-7-1. What happened? We won 2 games. Became 5-7-1. And we tried to win that last game, and it slipped through our hands. You know what that tells y'all? That tells y'all that even if it seems impossible, we don't give up. That's not and that's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna give up. Even if we're eliminated from the playoffs, even if there's no hope for us, even if we look like the garbage of ASC,
Well,
we will fight. We don't look as bad as the Browns, of course, but we
could
will
always
fight.
get worse.
We will fight. And regardless of whether J.J. Watt tries to make his way to the backfield,
He hurt.
or
So
tries
none of
to
the
at least make an attempt to make it on the field.
Jadeveon Clowney made the Pro Bowl though. I don't know how, but he did.
Dude, AJ Green made the Play Bowl, so I mean,
I don't know how, but he did.
actually, no. I'm kind of glad that AJ Green is back so he can break that record because he needs to. He needs to break that record. Well, he needs to actually tie that record with Randy Moss. Is it Randy Moss? Yes, Randy Moss. He needs to tie that record with Randy Moss. He needs that record just so that he can say he's one of the best. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. All right then. Um, Casey, and by the way, Casey, Merry Christmas. You'll get it later.
Oh, I just got what is this? Oh, okay. All right. I still don't know how he made that, but
I'm never gonna understand. Never.
all right.
So
Or go
that
with the
game,
Bengals or the Texans. Go with the Texans because, or you can pick against your division and pick the
he already
Texans.
picked.
So
He already picked.
did he?
Yeah, he already
Oh
picked.
yeah, I forgot you go last. My fault.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's move on.
You're supposed to pick against your division, though.
Yeah, no, that's kind of messed up.
But anyways,
I think I picked the Texans. I can't remember. It's been a while.
You picked the Bengals.
I know I didn't do that, so we know that didn't happen. We got the Baltimore Ravens going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, I'm so excited. They need to go ahead and flex this game out with the Broncos and Chiefs game because that game's going to suck. So then they go on and just flex that out and switch them up a little bit, and I'll be happy. But
you ain't prime time material, bro.
We are, though. Like, have you seen the Bengals? They played on prime time, so just saying.
Look here.
Just saying. Casey, Ravens or Steelers?
Steelers.
No freaking reason at all. Just okay. Lamar.
By the way, if they played us, I will pick the Ravens.
Okay. Wow.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this to make you happy. I'm doing this out of spite, honestly.
Man. Oh man. The first time I've ever loved this man. This is probably the first time ever. Oh man.
Document that he said that.
I'm going with the Ravens. Still, in my opinion, the best defense in the league. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what the ranking says either. They're still the best defense in the league.
No.
We know Pittsburgh more than Pittsburgh knows Pittsburgh. I'm so excited for this game.
I know Baltimore.
And
That
we need to win
Baltimore
this game.
knows Baltimore. No,
You don't. Shut up. You don't know us. Hashtag throw the ball to Kamari again because he catches the ball. And hashtag get Dennis Pitt involved. Let's do it, baby. Hashtag Ravens. Woo. Or hashtag let me make up something like Chiefs Kingdom. Ravens Rashula. There we go.
the
Yeah.
hell's a Rashula?
It's something I made up like Chiefs Kingdom. It's made up.
In
Doesn't
this kingdom's a word. Please
shut
go to the
up.
next game.
Shut up.
I am done combating you right now. I was gonna say something about homeboy that's on y'all's cornerback, but we ain't gonna talk about him no more.
Ooh, Sharice, right? He's garbage. He sucks. I hate him. I dislike him so much. He's so
You know what's funny?
bad.
He's
Actually,
so
no.
bad, but he still
I'll give him
starts.
credit though. I did last week. You weren't on last week, so I'll go back to this real quick. I gave him credit for watching Tom Brady fake the flea flicker and still playing great coverage. I was like, okay,
Oh,
okay.
I thought you said he was watching me still bid on it.
No, he didn't. He actually didn't bite on it. I was like, this man. We need Jimmy Smith back though. If we're gonna do anything ever, yeah, Jimmy Smith needs to be in the game. But yeah, I'm going with the Ravens. Obviously, let's move on to the Denver Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The
I got a
Broncos
minute.
just are not as good as we thought they were. They're
I
not.
don't
I'm
care.
going with the Chiefs.
I'm going with the Broncos.
I'm going with the Chiefs, I guess. I don't want to because I like Trevor Simeon. He's my boy. We're tight. But I'm going with the Chiefs.
Something
All
wrong
right,
with that
Lamar said the
offense.
Broncos
Something wrong with
because
that offense, but I really don't care. I I really have no faith in the Chiefs wide receivers. I don't know why. I I randomly have no faith in our wide receivers, and I really don't know why. I can't put
all
my
right,
finger on it or what.
Casey.
I won't call it Chiefs Kingdom. I won't do it. I might call it like Chiefs Sandcastle or something like that. But I will go for them this week. I will. I Kansas City Chiefs in their Sandcastle. Denver.
I'm so
It's
I'm
pillow.
shocked.
It's pillow fort.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. But then we got the Detroit Lions going up against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going with the Detroit Lions, man. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I think they're gonna win that division. So if they're gonna win that division, like I said they're going to, I got to go with the Detroit Lions. They're gonna beat the Cowboys. It's gonna happen. They should have won last week. I don't know what happened, but I'm going with the Lions.
You don't understand how serious this is, do you? Like, I understand that you picked really easily, but this is quite serious to me. Come back to me.
They
You have to
find
come
ways
back
to
to
win.
me. This is serious. Come back to me. Like, go to Casey. Like, this is serious.
Okay,
I think.
Casey.
Uh, I like Detroit. I do. They've done really well. I've joked about them this season about how they all of a sudden decided to be good. But I'm still going with Dallas. I'm still following the bandwagon. I'm not on it. I'm following it. See where it goes. I heard they have nice, good snacks on there. So maybe they'll give me some. I'm not gonna get on, just because it's like joining a cult. You think it's a nice place, all of a sudden there's punch and group suicide, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's not. So I'm gonna follow it. I'm gonna see where it goes.
Yeah. All right. Lamar, have you made a decision?
You heard about the last guy that joined the Cowboys bandwagon. They had to bring death to their old team, so even if the Cowboys suck next year, they can't go back there. That's how bad the Colts are. We can't do it. I can't get on their bandwagons. I just have to ride them. I don't have to ride them. I actually just walk beside them. But I would still pick the Cowboys. I believe in Denver. I believe in Dak Prescott. I believe in that man. Like I have believed in him since preseason week 2. I have believed in the man.
All right. Real quick, let's give our AFC NFC
DJ,
predictions on the plate.
he's alive. Don't worry,
He
he's alive.
shouldn't be. Barely. Um. So for the, I'm gonna start with the NFC because I like the AFC better. So I'm gonna start with the NFC. It's obviously gonna be Dallas, Seattle. I'm gonna go Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Detroit, and the Giants is what I'm going with for the NFC. Lamar, who you going with?
Teams.
What? Was that 17?
I feel like
I counted them out. I might have counted 4 twice. Again, darn it, Dallas, Seattle, Atlanta, that's 3. Tampa Bay, Detroit, and the Giants. That's 6.
Okay, I thought you said something else. Okay, so oh god, I really don't know their division.
Do you need all 11 teams that are still alive?
Well, yeah, probably.
All right, you got the Cowboys. Well, the Cowboys and Seattle are already in it. You got Atlanta, Detroit,
Atlanta,
the Giants, the Packers, Tampa Bay, Washington, Minnesota, New Orleans, and Carolina. Yes, Carolina's still in it. I don't know. Same.
The dogs didn't like that apparently, but I will pick. I mean Dallas. Jesus Christ, Dallas. Carolina, of course. Well, you said the Seattle's right.
Yeah, Dallas and Seattle are already in.
Mm-hmm. I will pick the Lions. I will grab the Buccaneers as well. I'm missing them. I am missing a division.
I think you were missing. So between the who's gonna win the division between the Packers and the Lions? Pretty much. You said the Lions, didn't you?
Yeah, the Lions.
Should be good then, I think.
Okay, so all right, so that's already the 4. So you just gotta pick the wild cards. Let's see. I guess I will go ahead and ride on. Possibly the Cardinals are out. I think. I will actually just go ahead and I may just have to copy you, bro, because honestly, I don't see anything else happening.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't see Minnesota making it. I don't see New Orleans making it. I don't see Carolina making it. So basically, it's between the Giants. So like you got 5, 6, 7, and 8, which is the Giants, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, and Washington.
Yeah, Washington might slip in, but I don't believe in it.
All right, Casey, NFC playoff picture for you. When it's all said and done.
Oh God. So Dallas is already in it, right?
Yeah,
So Seattle and the Cowboys are already in it.
All right.
It's all Billy Corgan's fault that the Cowboys made the playoffs.
Cowboy. Man, I don't know. Who'd you pick?
What?
Who'd you pick?
I went Dallas, Seattle, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Detroit, and the Giants.
Oh wait a minute, Miami.
I'm gonna go.
That's actually never mind.
Atlanta,
We're getting there.
Detroit, Tampa.
Okay, you got one more.
And so hard.
Carolina?
Go with the Vikings.
Oh wow.
You're going with that, really?
Oh God.
They're coming back.
Okay.
They're coming for the title.
That wow.
Okay.
Okay. AFC. New England, Oakland are already in it. So I'm going New England, Oakland, obviously. I'm going with Baltimore. Duh. I'm going with Tennessee. I'm going with Miami, and I'm going with Kansas City. Lamar, you have
No,
So
I pulled it up. I'm good.
okay, you
So,
got it. All right, cool.
so
Gotcha.
New England will pick Miami. I will have to. I will hope. I will hope to God Baltimore because I'm sick and tired of fucking Steelers. But I will pick Tennessee as well. Oakland and I'm gonna suppose Kansas City will sneak it through.
I mean, I can see Pittsburgh still making it, but I
I
hope not.
I really pray to God they don't.
All right, Casey, pick against your division. Do it. Pick Cincinnati. Put them in. Oh wait.
No.
Wow, ouch.
The Fins get the wins, so going with the Fins.
Mhm.
Got the Raiderade because it's delicious. Oh god. Going with Indy. Indy's coming back. Buffalo's coming back too.
You are building a fantasy life.
You watch.
He's playing Madden.
It's gonna happen. You're gonna be like, "What? How did that happen?" I'm gonna be like, "Yeah." Happened. So wait,
You got 4. So you got one more, 2 more.
2 more. Wait, I got Miami, Oakland, Indy.
Indy and Buffalo. So you got left. You got Pittsburgh, Houston, Kansas City, Baltimore, and Denver. And I think Tennessee too.
You know what? I'll be nice to DJ because they're not gonna make it. We go with Baltimore.
Okay. And you're going with the Jets last, right?
Oh.
You're going with Cleveland?
I'm
going with the Philadelphia 76ers.
I'm going with Cleveland. Cleveland is going all the way. Worst to first, baby.
Got it.
Not mathematically possible, but I guess. See, he was making a fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. That was our episode 3. It was episode 3 full of the Baltimore Colts show. Our week 16 predictions. Definitely a good show. Glad to have Lamar back. Finally, took you forever.
I'll be here every once in a while.
So I'll be here sometimes. But
when the
that's about it. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast, and we'll talk to you about all things NFL, all things NFL, and potentially wrestling if you're into that. But if you're not, we'll talk to you about NFL, and we'll talk to you about hockey that I don't know about. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
I want to toss this closing statement out just to see if we can see if this holds water. Did Reggie Nelson make that defense just a tad bit better, if not a lot?
I don't know if I'd say a lot. I just think they're aggressive enough to be decent.
But that's the thing.
I don't think they're that good. I just think they're decent.
Reggie Nelson fits that scheme because their safeties are actually pretty high. They're not really that aggressive. They're not aggressive. They actually just play off. So I feel like that was a good play on their end.
I'll give you Reggie Nelson as being a good addition because he has made plays. So I've seen that.
He's always made plays his whole life. He just never gotten recognized for it. I love Reggie Nelson.
I always loved Reggie Nelson. I just couldn't say it in front of you.
Stop doing that, man. You can't give everybody credit since they leave the Bengals. It don't work that way. You're still giving credit to the Bengals. So thank you.
I like Perfect. He's the biggest troublemaker in the league.
He's not a troublemaker.
But anyway, that was episode 3 of the Baltimore Colts show. He's a troublemaker. It's a thing. But
it's the Bengals show too.
It's not. but we do hope you enjoy. We will, add some additional teams in if other people come. We'll add them in. But it's still going to be the Baltimore Colts show until people come consistently. So, it's just what we do. It's what we do. They're the 2 greatest teams in the league. So, but anyway, We'll see you guys later. We did hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for us. Follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. Share the video with all your football friends. Share it. Share it with them. Okay. But anyway, we'll see you guys later. This was Baltimore Colts Show, episode 3, baby. See you next week.